Hello, welcome to the Quakes Motel. My name's Conan, I'm the concierge. The guys at Elf Audio have released an insane update for Koala Sampler. Let's jump in. So I can literally not contain my excitement about this. I don't really like using the phrase game changer or game changing, but I think if you say it's for yourself, if it's a game changer for you and you don't say it's a game changer for everybody, it's kind of acceptable. Now, I've only made a couple of videos on Koala, and the way that I use it, I don't tend to make full tracks in it, although I have done, but I don't tend to. I tend to use it as a sketch pad or a way of chopping up samples, chopping up audio, etc., just whilst I've got my iPad on my lap, and then recording those into my MPC or my SP404 or S2400, etc. Just find it easy. It's just easier sometimes just chopping things up on an iPad rather than sitting at my desk in front of a computer. So that's how I tend to use Koala. Now, one of the disadvantages of Koala, obviously, which is a disadvantage compared to my laptop using a DAW or whatever, is that I can't use VST plugins because you couldn't do that in Koala. At least you couldn't do that in Koala. Now you can. Obviously, they're not VSTs, VST3s. They are the plugins which you can use in iOS, the AUV3, I think that's what it's called. Don't care. Anyway, the plugins, I've got loads of really amazing plugins on my iPad, and I was never able to use them in Koala. But with this new update, I can. And not just the plugin effects, I can also use my plugin synthesizers, my Moogs, my OBX, etc. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly run through, not in massive detail because I'm still kind of finding my feet with it myself, but I was so excited about this update, I thought I have to make a video about it. And I'll show you just some of the little things that I've found out so far, and the things that you're going to be able to do, the possibilities for me have just opened right up now. Now I know I could do some of these things kind of in Koala already because there were actually some plugins in Koala if you've bought the mixer. I think you get the plugins if you buy the mixer. That's only a couple of quid. It's an add-on that's definitely worth paying for, to be honest. You know, you can buy the mixer and there's another couple of plugins. And I think in total it comes to like £12, British pounds. I don't know what that would be in dollars. Maybe let's say $15 and you've got everything that you need. So first things first, with the instruments, you open it up by opening up sample. Actually, let's just come back out of here so that we're on the normal page. So when you normally open up samples, you will have come to this page, and now you can go to more. And this is where you would open up the chopper or quokka. Now you can go to audio units, and you can open up a synth. Choose the synth, press the load at the bottom, and there you go. It's now on that pad. I can open it up full screen. I can play it on the actual Juno. But what I can also do is if I go into sequence, I would choose this pad. I can choose this. And now I can play it on the keyboard or the grid. And obviously now I can record that into a sequence. So that in itself is quite big because obviously a lot of people buy synths to use in their iPads and they swear by them, and there were ways that you could get it into Koala, but obviously you had to sample it or you'd use it in Cubase 3, etc. So there were ways to do it. But having it actually included in Koala for me is massive. Now, the next thing you could do, let's just come out of here, go back into sample, get rid of this. Goodbye. Just get rid of it. Easy. Love it. So the thing that's probably I'm going to be using more, to be honest, is I don't tend to use synths in my iPad. I'm going to be brutally honest. I might use a sub bass or whatever. But the thing that's going to be, which is more of a game changer for me is, okay, so if I go into perform, and it would normally be in here, I can go into mixer, and now I can choose AUV3s on the actual buses, etc. So now I can use FabFilter Q4, for instance, just for instance. I mean, the fact that I can use that in Koala is mental. The way that you would do it, if you're not actually aware, is with your sample, you go into edit, you'd normally be in this window. If you go into mix, you can choose which bus it's on. You could just set it to main if you want. I've got it sent to bus A. So now any effects that I put in bus A, let's get rid of that, and let's use an effect which you're going to be able to hear more. So let's use R2. Okay, so now if I go back into my sample, I have, let's just turn it off, dry, wet. Now, I could just leave it like that if I wanted. I could just have it on there. I could put a load of other effects in here. I could just pile it up, some compressor, some lo-fi stuff. I could put a load of stuff on the main. But, you know, after a while, obviously, you're going to start getting problems because a lot of these plugins, especially from FabFilter, for instance, are pretty hungry. So, of course, what I can do is I can resample. So going back into sample. Let's just make sure that that's set up correctly. Yes, it's on resample. So now I can just hold that. And there we go. I have the snare drum with the effect on it. So in theory, I could actually just now get rid of that, go back in, and I've got a wet one and a dry one. Something else I could do, for instance, would be, let's put the FabFilter R2 back on there again. Okay, what I could do is I could, for instance, put 100% wet on here, on the mix knob, and now I would have, so now if I record that, I have a completely wet version of it. So get rid of that again, don't need that for now. Got my dry version, got my wet version, play them together. I could even have a little bit of a reflection. Like I said, limitless. So, you know, other things that to be honest with you, I've just been going through Koala today and just thinking all the things I could do. Now, look, I know that, you know, you already had all of these effects in there, you know, and they're decent effects. They are. But, you know, I paid a lot of money for the FabFilter effects, so I want to be able to use them. Now, another thing, for instance, I now have the RX950 filter in my Koala Sampler. I love this filter. It's amazing. So there you go. And, you know, I mean, you're only limited by what you actually have. Some of these Red Rock Sounds plugins are amazing. You know, I have a Pultec in there now. I mean, being able to have a Pultec in Koala, it's just, for me, I mean, look, you might not be as excited about it as I am, but for me, I'm very, very excited. Now, see, another thing that I could do, for instance, is I could pretty much completely finish a track in Koala. Now, it's not a fully fledged DAW, but if you're just doing beat tapes, you're doing sketches, you're doing ideas, or if you make sample-based music like I do, and you're not going really deep with massive like ambient synths, although obviously you can now, but if you're just making like beat tapes where you might have 4 or 5 different tracks in total, like drums, maybe separate drums, maybe the sample, maybe an a cappella or some little vocal stabs, etc., you could completely mix from start to finish your track in Koala now, as almost as a fully fledged DAW. I don't want it to be a fully fledged DAW, to be honest with you, because what I like about Koala is it isn't a fully fledged DAW. So the fact that you can now open all of your plugins in there is amazing, but I'm happy with that as it is. I don't need all the other bells and whistles that you get with a DAW. I'm just happy with it exactly as it is. But what I could actually do is, if you know, I love doing things like mastering an entire track on the MPC One, for instance, I could now do a complete master on here, pretty much using the chain that I would use if I was on my computer. So I would have that. I would then maybe have, let's say, a clipper in there. I would then maybe have a character EQ. So, sorry, I keep moving this and going into here. So I could maybe add my Pultec, and then I would want some saturation at the end. So maybe I could add Saturn 2 from there. And then, of course, in my opinion, one of the best limiters on the market at the moment as a plugin, Pro L2. So there you go. I have basically a mastering chain there, which I know from myself, from experience, that I could completely master a track in my iPad now using Koala. Just load up the actual file that I want to master, or I could mix and master down any track that I've actually made in Koala myself. Another thing that I noticed earlier on as well, which was really cool, is if, for instance, you want to add let's come out of here and go into here. I use Neon Editor. It's a wave editor and file player. And basically in here, for instance, I can so I have a beat there. I could now sample that beat straight into Koala, but obviously I can also edit it in Neon, which is a lot, which is a much more in-depth WAV editor than what you can do in Koala. So I can now edit files in Neon and then record them straight into Koala as well. I could do that already, but now I can actually load it up as an instrument in Koala and just do it whilst I'm in there. It's a convenience thing more than anything. None of the things really couldn't already be done. Like there's a program called AUM, for instance, on the iPad, which loads of musicians swear by. It's absolutely amazing. But you can load up Koala, and I could load up my AUV3 plugins underneath it in a chain, and I could resample it. There's a complicated way you can set it up, and it is actually quite complicated, where you have a sample playing in Koala, it goes through all your effects, then goes out through a bus, in through a bus, back into Koala, and you resample. So nothing is really changing here. That I can't necessarily do anything that I couldn't already do, but now I can do it all in Koala. So honestly, like I said, I don't really like using the phrase game changing or game changer, but for me, this is a game changer. Just for me, it doesn't have to be for anybody else, but for me it is, because Koala for me has always been, no, I'm not going to say a toy, because it's a brilliant sampler, but it was always like a bit of a sketch pad for me. It was always something that I might play around with some ideas. Does that sound decent looped? Yeah, it does sound looped. So now I'll go and actually make it in my MPC, or I'll go and make it in my SP404. But I never really seriously thought about sitting down and actually making a track in Koala. Now I know loads of people do. So, this isn't groundbreaking or anything here, but I didn't. Me personally, I just never really thought of Koala as going that far, or it would never, ever replace my DAW, for instance. But now, it's going to be completely doable to have it almost as a fully fledged DAW, do everything completely in my iPad. And I'm not saying that it's going to make my MPCs or SP404 redundant in any way. And perhaps I will still just do sketches. I mean, another great thing, because of the way that I use Koala, where I treat samples, etc., and then I'll play them into my MPC or my SP404, is now I can actually EQ them or add filters or add reverbs, etc. And with decent plugins, I can do all that in Koala. I can have it all set up and ready, and then I can have a recording session where I'm plugged into my MPC. I can go through whatever converters I want to go through, or whatever guitar pedals, or my ACP88 compressor or whatever, out of my iPad with the treated samples through my conversion process into my MPC or my SP404, and I can do all the prep work in Koala, basically. So yeah, it is a game changer for me, to be honest. That's what I was using it for, really, prep. And now this additional ease of use, being able to load up plugins in there. The worst thing, of course, is now I'm thinking, right, well, perhaps I do need that plugin, and it's just going to make me probably go through all the apps on my iPad that I haven't already bought in the Apple store, and start thinking, oh, maybe I should buy that, because I might just need that, or I might just need this. So that might not be a good thing. Anyway, thanks for watching. This is The Crates Motel. My name's Conan. I'm the concierge. Till next time.
Concierge.